Hey everybody. Man, we had an amazing weekend this weekend. Learned some valuable information, met some of the most amazing people I think you could ever meet, and just had an overall amazing experience. Hang out and we'll share it with you. This weekend we went down to Pryor, Oklahoma, which is about, I guess, 70 miles from us. We live in southeastern Kansas. Went down to the Okie Homesteading Expo.
Yep.
And it was just amazing. From the start to the finish. I mean, we only went one day. It was both days. It was this past Friday, past Saturday. We were only able to make it to one day. But bang for buck, cost us, I think, $50 total to get in.
Yeah,
but
I think it was $25 a person.
Yeah, the information was worth way more than that. Met some great YouTubers. Off the Grid with Doug and Stacy. Great people, wonderful people. We met the folks from VW Farms. They're at Arkansas. Bunch of other people. Max.
Yeah, the Max were there, and Hidden Heights and Keeping It Dutch were the ones. I think they started it. I think they organized the whole thing.
They hosted it, but I tell you what, all these people were amazing. And the thing that blew me away right from the start was the overall feel of the place. You didn't have anybody being rude.
Nope.
You didn't have anybody just being, I don't know.
Everyone was super nice.
Yeah.
And everyone was pleasant. Everyone was there to learn, and just.
And everybody's open-minded. The overall vibe of the place and the atmosphere was amazing.
Yeah, there was, there was anything from some hippies with some dreadlocks to your old farmers.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, if you're not aware, where we live in southeastern Kansas, northwestern or northeastern Oklahoma, there's a lot of ranches, a lot of cattle guys, farmers, all that. The county we live in has around 30,000 people, so it's not a big area.
Mm-hmm. That's the whole county.
Yeah, that's the whole county, and that's kind of the consensus for northeastern Oklahoma as well. It's just a small rural area. But the people that came, one of the YouTubers, the Max, came from Mississippi, drove like 600 miles just to present.
Yeah.
And he had an amazing show. It was how to start a pantry. Doug and Stacy, they had homesteading on a budget.
Yeah, she also put on a fermentation class that I wasn't able to go to. I wish I would have been able to go to.
Yeah, that'd have been cool to go to. But yeah, they did so much. There were 3 venues that they were using. They had the main venue had a lot of classes, but every venue had classes. They were butchering a hog in one. Another, I can't remember the name of the channel to save my life, but they were butchering. They were talking about how to butcher wild game, how to prepare wild game. It was busy all day. There were hundreds of people there. Just a great experience. I've not been to very many conferences like that, or even that size. And I get really antsy in a crowd. It bugs me. I get on edge. But I didn't get that feeling there. And I think it was more the vibe than anything, just the type of people we were around. They were your average people. And it's not the people that you see with on the news or all that. Not the type of things that you see where all this division is coming from.
Nope.
Everybody was there with common ground. Nobody talked politics, nobody talked anything. But it was a down to earth, salt of the earth people. And it was just an amazing experience. I would recommend anybody to go to it.
Yeah, it was great. Next year, hopefully we'll be able to go to both days. It's definitely family friendly, but I don't know that my kids would have been. I don't know if they would want to go because they would need, they would feel like they would need to be entertained, and they wouldn't be necessarily as interested in what was being talked about in most of the classes. I mean, I went to a dairy goat for beginners. It wasn't very long. It was probably like an hour, but she just kind of went over some quick, right off the bat kind of tips and tricks and things and what to look out for in a dairy goat and things like that. And so I got to milk a dairy goat. She asked for people to. There's actually a long line. I really didn't think anybody would.
Yeah, there was everything from younger kids all the way to elderly people that wanted to go milk a goat.
Yeah, I figured I'd been like the only weirdo that wanted to go up there and milk a goat, but I had to wait in line.
I know it. And I had to, I was sitting back, in the class, and, it was just a show barn is what it was. But she was sitting there waiting. I said, just go. I knew she wanted to go, so I just said, just go.
I could try.
Yeah, she did.
It was actually really easy. Like, it wasn't hard at all.
Yep.
I've never milked anything in my life. I guess, besides myself. I've breastfed my kids. Is that TMI?
Maybe. I don't know. But overall, man, it was just an amazing experience. There was the vendors, even the vendors. There's one, I think they were selling honey.
I think there was a couple.
And this little girl was helping her mom or whatever, and she was working hard.
Oh man, she was pitching it. She was doing great.
She did. But it wasn't anything. There was nothing high pressure. You go up and you talk to them. Mm-hmm. We have quail, and I think the next couple of videos we'll kind of give you a little tour of what we have going on here. We have quail, so hey, it was common ground, so I went up and started up conversation. I don't do that. I don't go start conversations. I'm not a very outgoing person. But I was wanting to branch out to kind of, on our podcast, we talk about community, and this is an amazing community to be a part of, even though we're just dipping our toe into it. So I started talking to people, and everybody was willing to help, offer advice. With our podcast and stuff, I was talking to Dutch. Mm-hmm. And I'd never met him before, but we had common ground. And I asked him, I said, because my partner and I with a podcast, we're talking about doing an event, kind of something similar, but with preparedness. And I was like, would you mind if I emailed you or contacted you maybe for some advice or some things to do or whatever, because we're trying to put together this conference? He said, absolutely, email me.
Yeah. No hesitation.
What does he have, like 500,000 followers or something on Facebook? Or I'm not sure.
I don't know. I don't remember. I'd have to go look.
But these people are normal people. There wasn't anything being starstruck. Nothing like that. You didn't see any of that. Mm-mm. Doug and Stacy were probably the biggest ones there, and there was people lined up to talk to them.
Oh yeah, it was hectic trying to get there and talk to them.
But yeah, just to talk to those guys just for a few minutes was great. I can't say anything bad. I didn't have any kind of bad experience.
Oh no.
The food was pretty decent. They had several vendors there for food trucks, and
they had fresh squeezed lemonade that was actually fresh squeezed lemonade. It wasn't Kool-Aid. It was delicious.
But we'll debate that later because I'm not a huge lemonade fan. But
I am. And it was delicious. They had chocolate covered cheesecake on a stick.
That was actually pretty good.
That was amazing.
That was really pretty good.
Didn't eat it, but we shared one.
Yeah, we did. But it was funny watching the little kids. A big old chunk of big old
It
chunk
was
of
not a small
cheesecake,
piece of cheesecake.
walking around like a lollipop. It was great. But that was just the general vibe of the place. Again, I couldn't say anything bad about it, and I would highly recommend going to anything if you're near, especially Pryor or whatever. It was a great expo, and coming from me, I mean, I don't do that kind of thing. Like I said, I'm not big into crowds. Matter of fact, the first class we went to, and that was with the VW Farms.
Mm-hmm.
I got up. I mean, everybody was set up in front of the class where they had bleachers on the side out of the show rings. What it was.
Yeah, they had chairs set up like right in front of them.
Right. And I was like, I'm going to go out here and sit.
Yeah, we went out there and sat by ourselves.
And my wife was Andrea here was making excuses saying he don't like people. He don't like crowds. And she wasn't wrong. She knows me, but that's just kind of where it started. But I kind of loosened up throughout the day, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah. And they had a lot of great information about, making money from your homestead and things like that. And yeah, all of it was just great. And a lot of the speakers were having second shows the next day that they were going to go kind of deeper into some things and kind of follow up on other things that they had talked about. But we had the kids signed up for a fishing derby. So we went to that.
Yeah, and it was fun. We had a pretty good day fishing, and but overall, that was the kind of the highlight, was just going down there and seeing everybody that's kind of in this space and understanding. 'Cause there was smaller YouTubers there like us. I mean, we're not. I don't even know you can call us small yet.
We're like microscopic, if you want to talk about that.
But there were some smaller YouTubers there, but I mean, I remember I kept seeing one family over and over, had a train full of kids, and they were pushing around a stroller, and they just kind of do their own thing, and that's great. I mean, that's what it's about. I didn't see anything bad. I mean, like she said, it was child friendly. They had a petting zoo.
They had absolutely.
They
you
had
could totally bring your kids.
They had a train car thing made out of barrels that they were pulling around a tractor. It was it was country, but there's nothing wrong with that. That's that's the people.
They had like little games set up for the kids too. I think it looked like they might have it looked like kind of like backgammon, but I don't know that.
Yeah, I didn't really see that.
But I've seen a couple of kids playing with it, so I don't. But it was like a ball and not an actual birdie. But yeah, they had games set up and a petting zoo, and I mean, there was a lot of kids, and I think in all the classes we went to, I know they were, there with their family, obviously, but none of the kids were like not entertained. I mean, they were. I thought everyone acted appropriately.
Yep.
I mean, obviously babies are gonna cry, but I mean, that's not a big deal. But yeah, there was kids, and I mean, like I said, the whole milking the goat thing. I mean, there was all kinds of kids lined up. They were like, "Sign me up."
Let's do this.
Yeah, it was great. So.
No, y'all. Like I said, this is an amazing community to be part of. No matter where this takes us, we want to just ask that you guys just watch with an open mind and enjoy the journey, and offer opinions, offer advice, ask questions. If we don't know, we'll do our best to learn and teach. But this is about the way I feel, or I should say we. I say that we as people should be living. Mm-hmm. And there's ways to do it, even if you live in town or in a city.
Yeah.
There's ways to do it. It's not it's hard. I always put so much on my plate I try to get done in a day, and I never do. That's on me. I've complained to her many times I don't feel like I got anything done today.
We got a lot done today.
But we did.
We didn't get everything done today. But we got a lot done today.
But we came home today, and we got a lot of work done, and just trying to kind of clean up some messes that need to be cleaned up, and mow and all that. It's just that time of year. If you guys watched our first video, thank you. And just know that was filmed in February.
Yeah.
It took us a while. We had some technical difficulties trying to get it through. We tried to film some other ones. Not real great as a cameraman and camera tech and all that. But
we'll figure it out.
We're learning, so we'll take advice in that aspect too. I don't mind at all. I'm open to learn new things and all that good stuff. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay.
We're hoping maybe soon to kind of take you on a tour. Our garden is behind us. You can't really see it because of my chair, but yeah, doesn't that look so great?
I tell you what, y'all, if you guys could have seen pictures from our previous gardens,
yeah,
this is like the Garden of Eden.
It's like 1,000 times better than our gardens in the past because we found a way to kind of keep weeds out of it, at least for the most part.
Yeah, there's a few here and there, but it's 100% better than what it used to be.
A lot of it is actually like lamb's quarter or wild lettuce or things like that. So I mean,
edible
wild plants.
Wild plants. And that's something we can look into and move down. We did meet some people and kind of caught the tail end of a class of the wild edible plants.
The classes, overlapped, kind of time slots and stuff. So you kind of had to pick what you really wanted to go to and things like that. And there was one that overlapped, 30 minutes or so. Yeah. And so one kind of ended a little early, so we kind of try to make it over there, and they ended up wrapping up. They kind of went through. Yeah. They went through a little quicker. They're kind of nervous.
What was amazing was this was the second year of them doing this.
This is only the second year.
So a lot of people were kind of new to the public speaking thing, and I'm not saying I would do any better.
That is not for me, that's for sure.
But their timing was off. They had a slot and they'd fill it. Then they'd take questions. I mean, it was all really informative. And it was really pretty informal. I mean, it wasn't like going to a class and sitting there and raising your hand and all that, I mean, everybody was respectful. They raised their hand when they had a question, and nobody tried to talk over anybody. It was just a great day. I mean, I really enjoyed it for being an hour and a half away from us. It was well worth the drive.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. I got to taste goat's milk too. They brought some for people to try. And honestly, if I didn't know I was drinking goat's milk, I don't know that I would have known the difference. So, if you can't drink cow's milk, you really might look into dairy goats.
Yeah, for sure.
It's on the list of projects.
It is, and
but we're really gonna try not to jump in.
We've
like we usually do.
There's some things. I mean, we like to get in over our head on a bunch of things.
We bite off more than we can chew.
We do. So you guys will be able to enjoy that watching these videos. Lately we've been trying to get some stuff done, so we haven't really videoed a lot. So we're trying to learn this too, and schedule good recording times. When we have a project or something going on, I mean, it's kind of the last thing on our mind is to record us working this project. I mean, you guys said,
we built a whole hog pen,
yeah,
and a shelter for them, which we could have made a video about that.
Yeah. But I mean, I think next video we'll probably introduce you to what we have going on here. It's not much, but we're building onto it, and so far everything's working great.
Yeah.
With that being said, I don't have much more.
No, I don't either.
Y'all, thanks so much for hanging out and watching with us, and always remember to like and subscribe, please. Help us grow our channel. If you're interested in watching what we're doing, or you know somebody that is, please, by all means, recommend us to them.
Yeah, like, subscribe, share the videos, comment if you have any questions about our garden setup here, and we'll see you in the next one.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.